Oh, keep grabbing. Keep going.
Yeah.
Here we go. I think we're live.
Are we here?
Are we here? We don't know.
Are we here?
Hi, everybody. Well, let's get going live here.
We'll get that going. I had to plug mine in because my phone was dead.
Ooh, so mine is almost... Oh, here we go.
I could redo it again.
I'm going to go...
See if we're actually there. I don't know. Join us for Facebook Live.
Oh, we're live.
We are live.
Captions
live video.
Auto-generated.
Look at that. Okay.
Supernatural.
We are live. So, phone's on, mute's on.
Phone mute.
So
we are live. And guess who's back? She decided to come back, even though if I were her, I probably wouldn't want to because it's freezing cold here. And was it nice
was a
there?
big debate. Oh my gosh. It was 75 degrees every day except the last two, and we were only there for part of the last one anyway because we were trying to leave. But yeah, it was 85 that one day. So it was perfect weather. We just relaxed. It was very nice. I highly recommend doing these vacations. Dwayne's now decided that we're going to have to do this twice a year.
Twice a year.
So
and she showed me the pictures of where they stayed, and oh my gosh, I would never want to leave. That's how beautiful it was.
Oh, it was fantastic. The one thing I regretted was trying to go see the waterfalls at this place because 317 steps that I counted. There were more. But yeah, when you have bad knees and a bad hip, you really start regretting your decision about 100 steps in, but you don't know how far it is. And I didn't count on the way down, but I counted on the way back. It was sad. Dwayne was very good to me, though. He did not make me hurry. We stopped as often as we wanted. We took pictures by the waterfall to prove that we made it. But they were not as fantastic.
So,
I was more impressed by the bamboo forest.
So in case you're just tuning in and you didn't know or hear last time, Steph was gone last week. Her and Dwayne, they were in Costa Rica.
Yes, we were in Alajuela, which is just north of San Jose.
Is that like abuela?
No, abuela is
grandmother.
Abuela. Alajuela, I don't know what the name means, but it's Alajuana.
So if you guys want to, go ahead and Google Translate that and tell us what it means. So Feel free. So you guys, tonight's question is, and I tried to do this question last time, but y'all couldn't hear me. So I'm going to try it again tonight because I think it's hilarious. So the first object that you see to your right must be used in your next sewing project. What is it and how will you use it? So you either use it like to apply it to your next sewing project. So whether that's a quilt or apparel or something, or you have to use it as a notion. So what is it and how are you going to use it? So mine would be, well, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do this because this is to my right. So this is my little journal thing that we'll show you later. So I would use this to help me sew straight lines.
Oh, I was going to say to help plan your pattern.
Okay, twofold, plan your pattern and to help sew straight lines. So, Steph.
What's mine? I did not even plan this actually. The purple thing. I use this for everything, and actually it's my favorite thing. So
you'll talk about it later.
Because we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. So
anyway.
And yes. I'm so sorry, you guys. The last two times that we have been on, I have forgotten to give you your secret password for being part of our Facebook community. So I'm going to tell you now. And then, Steph, you're going to help remind me to tell them at the end. Okay. The secret pass for this month is Villa Rosa 196. And it doesn't matter if it's separated, combined, but Villa Rosa 196. And I'm going to let you guess the significance of that. So, and I just want to, are we getting a lot of echoing sounds? Anyone else? So,
I have that off.
Make sure we turn this down. Maybe that helps. So, Ginger, keep us in step. Our screen is frozen on here, but that's not the important screen anyway anymore. So let us know if you guys are having any My TV Remote. I will catch quilt videos. I don't know what.
She has a TV remote, so she used it for her to work on her next.
Oh, duh! I love it.
I'm sick with this.
I love it. Pat says I have a pile of fabric. It's for a quilt I'm testing for Hobbs Designs. Ooh, I know what that quilt is, and I can't wait to see it. Because it's going to be cute.
It's going to be fun.
Okay. So, you guys, again, the question is the object to your right. How do you use that with either sewing or like as a notion or in your quilt itself or whatever you're sewing?
It's going to be part of your next project in some manner.
Yep. And your secret password is Villa Rosa 196. Okay. So, and remember, in order to access the thank you that we're sending to you guys, you go out to our website, itsotempting.com. You're going to go to newsletter, and you'll see where you plug all that information in there. So Villa Rosa 196. Now, we had a blast this last Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday, which we can't call it Super Bowl Sunday because then there's copyright laws involved and blah, blah, blah. So we called it Football Widow Sale. Yay! At Iowa Falls. And we had a little competition where people decided who was going to win. So it's not gambling, right? Not gambling.
It's guessing.
It's guessing. It's guessing. Predicting. So we had people predict who would win the Super Bowl, either the Rams or the Bengals. And so if they guessed the Rams, they would put their information in that one. If they guessed the Bengals, they do in that one. So then whoever won, the Rams or the Bengals, we would draw your name out of that pile or out of that stash for this beautiful.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Can I throw my name in right now?
I know. It's so gorgeous. So this beautiful fat quarter bundle is the prize for that. And we're going to draw the names. So we're going to have Steph draw because she's totally impartial because she was not there.
I really was not.
So now, yes, we're going to go ahead and draw for them. These are just really beautiful. We do have these fabrics available in Iowa Falls, and we actually have a coordinate here in Story City, too. It's that green colored one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So a neutral. We have the background for whatever you decide to do with this.
I think it's so beautiful.
It's very nice. I like that a lot. Throw your name. I want to put mine. It's so tempting has won.
I don't care about the Super Bowl anymore. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm assuming that the Rams won because I was flying during the Super Bowl. I have no idea.
The Rams won. I did not want the Rams to win. I wanted the Bengals to win. Wait, there's the Bengals. I wanted the Bengals to win, but they didn't. And we went to Toby K's Hideaway, and we watched the first half, and then we went home, and I fell asleep through the second half. I was exhausted.
You know, usually I consider the third quarter the reason that is when I sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's like I sort of pay attention to the first inning. First quarter. And then the second quarter, I'm usually pretty good. Then the third quarter, I fall asleep, and I wake up for the end of the game. At the very least, the last 2 minutes.
And
I wasn't part of it at all this time.
I have to say, I was probably more excited about the halftime show because they had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and I'm not these are not my music, but I do love the music that they played. Those were very reminiscent of my growing up years in the 90s and whatnot. So that was very, very cool, and I really enjoyed the halftime show.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep. So
sometimes that's all you have to do.
So here we go, you guys. We are drawing for the beautiful 16 fat quarters.
Okay.
A $48 value at Iowa Falls.
And our winner is Crystal
Crystal Ink?
Ink?
I don't know. But congratulations, Crystal. We will call you and let you know that you won your fat quarter bundle to be picked up at Iowa Falls. And if you're listening tonight, congratulations. If not, we'll give you a call.
I was just going to stick it in there with it.
There you go.
If I could find it.
So congratulations, Crystal.
Okay.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. We got a winner. Thanks for playing, everybody else.
Hey, Amy is on. How are you tonight, Amy?
Mine is just not coming up.
I know. It's kind of slow. So we have our Football Widow Sale winner. And you guys, it was so much fun. We had games where we threw a football and you won prizes. And, we had that, and we had some little snacky things. So I'm hoping next year we can do even more because I love to party. Mm-hmm. I love doing this kind of stuff. So
you're very good at it.
I enjoy it tremendously. And so I hope you all enjoyed it. And I have a confession to make. So back in the back where we had back in my office area, That's where we put the 6x6 like stadium thing for the people to throw the ball at.
Uh-huh.
The lights weren't working. Okay, so the overhead lights weren't working. And I'm like, because there's like this funky light switch that you have to turn these on. And I'm like, why isn't it turning on? Why isn't it turning it on? Yeah, I forgot that there was actually a light switch over here on this side.
Oh, no.
So we could have had light. And Denise was so sweet. She went downstairs and got lamps. And so we had lamps behind.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I came back Monday and the light was on. And I'm like, well, did somebody fix the lights? No, they just turned them on.
Oh, no.
Anyways, you know.
So.
Senior moments. They happen to all of us.
You're not even close to being a senior.
Lisa says Crystal Links. Yes. Yay. All right.
Okay, so we were right.
Okay. We are right. All right, Steph, what's your favorite thing?
We're going to go with my purple thing. So, everybody knows what a purple thing is, right? Okay? If not, here's the card. Here's your card.
We have proof.
Anyway, I am so excited because I use these whenever I do weaving. And this is one of my key things to go with the weaving other than the weaving needles. So
the weevils?
We have been out of these, I think, since our show in November. And we have had a hard time keeping these in stock. So anyway, they came in and I was thrilled. We got a bunch. So now we have 8 in stock. I'm so excited. So if you don't have one of these, you should have one of these. And anyway, this is one of the most helpful things when it comes to weaving. I'm pointing this way because I see it on that one.
Whoa, whack my face.
When you do weaving, this comes in extremely handy. It helps with the over, under, and getting all that. So yeah, most definitely. I just realized cool, that's a very you and I type of look right now.
It is. This is really cool.
Actually, that's sort of fun just as it is. It looks better on the screen.
I know. I actually sold a bunch of weaving stuff while you were gone.
Really?
I did.
You never see us sell the weaving stuff. That's what it seems like my department.
Let's just show this other weaving stuff. So
and believe it or not, this is not fabric. I mean, it's not one piece of fabric. It is
a woven.
It's all woven. I created this one because I wanted to have a buffalo plaid because my daughter loves buffalo plaid, and you guys all know Tori.
See, so. Lisa, you didn't know about the light thing, and if I hadn't said anything to anybody, nobody else would have known. But, you know.
So that one was a 1 inch, and this is a 1/2 inch. And the 1/2 inch is just like that other one.
And this one is using one fabric that's an ombre fabric. And look how gorgeous it is.
And you can flip it so it's dark in the center and light on the outside. There's a lot to do with that one. So
this one we call SOS. I know we tell this story all the time, but it's such a cute story. So SOS. So this was
2 years ago.
This is 2 years ago.
From this next Williamsburg show.
This is Steph on Sudafed because she was sick, the poor thing. This is pre-COVID, and she was literally on Sudafed, and she started doing it, and she actually had a pattern she was following, and she wasn't doing it to pattern, and she realized it like almost halfway through.
Well, it was halfway through the actual weaving.
Yeah.
I had all of the pieces hooked on the board, and I had started halfway, and it was about here that I looked up at Eileen, who was running the cash register, and I was actually weaving during the show so that people could see how it worked. I looked up at Eileen, and I'm like, I did it wrong.
And I'm like, it looks great, keep going. So
just keep going. It's
SOS.
Okay. It's okay. So this is the Domestic Illusions SOS version.
And if Mr. Domestic, if you ever watch us, know that we absolutely adore you, and you are inspiration for all of these.
Oh my gosh! So many things I have watched of his to help me get going on a process, and this weaving is one of his that definitely started us on that. So yeah.
All right. My favorite thing.
Yes. We're still only here.
We're still only here.
We're like halfway through.
My favorite thing is actually our cabbages. So we've probably mentioned these before, and if you've come in and seen these are our leftover scraps from different projects and things like that we have for sale. $5. And how much is in here usually? Ounces?
Well, I don't go by ounces. I go like 3/4 of a yard.
Okay.
By weight.
Okay, so roughly 3/4 of a yard by weight, $5. Mm-hmm. It's our scraps, and we try to coordinate them for you. And they're just really fun because if you like to do scrappy things, this is just quick pick me up, and you can do little things. And I'm thinking we should probably start looking for little tiny patterns or something that maybe we can just post to our website for free that you guys can take and do that. And we call them quilter's cabbage. It's an old word, French word that just means scraps.
Carbage means basket, which is where they used to throw their scraps.
Yeah. So these are our beautiful end pieces, our end cuts. That we have. And these are my favorite things. And I think right now I want to do a sale, buy one, get one half off. So buy one, get one half off. And
so that's basically, if we're talking 3/4 of a yard, that's a yard and a half of fabric, and it would be like under $8. It'd be like $7.50 plus. So
with tax.
I mean, considering prices of fabric right now,
that's
you can do a lot
deal.
with some. And some of these scraps, literally, I had a half yard solid piece of fabric in one of them.
So there's some
more
good stuff. And if you notice up here, we like to throw scraps up there. That's kind of like where our extras go, and then we create these out of that. So this is really my favorite thing right now, because I was looking at that and I was talking to Kurt about it, and like, these are actually really cool.
Well, there are some people who love to do little tiny quilts. They have like, not necessarily a flag, but they have one of those poles, like what we put our little tiny flag out front, and they can have it like displayed on their desk.
Like the little welcome sign or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't need to make it that big. You can do it as like less than an 8x10 or a 5x7.
Little go away sign.
Yeah,
for at work. Go away.
Yeah. But I mean, you can actually make a little quilt and make it. So what's that? Oh, I just made it. It was just a little, and then you can change it because you get a different set of colors, and you can have one for different times of the year. You can do whatever you want. You can do little versions, and not that we're going to have it on right here because it's over there, but we have super small templates that Marty Michelle has.
Q. Are they the Q ones?
It's either Q or N.
N. Do we have them?
I thought we did. Maybe we don't have an N, but I thought we had an N. Anyway, little tiny pieces. And you can use the Marty Michelle techniques on these little tiny pieces and still make it. So we have N, but not the one that you were thinking it was?
No, it is. But they've got more than just, like, they have the basic half square, triangle, square, and then but these.
They have additional pieces to make it work because they're so little, but they're adorable, and you can still use the Marty Michelle techniques.
Look how
little
tiny
pieces.
Look how tiny these are. They're so cute.
So yeah, just as a bonus, you could, if you wanted to try something little tiny. I mean, that's what, like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches at best. Cute. I mean, little tiny pieces, and then you figure you're going to end up with like 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch out on that. So
here's another cool thing for you guys. Are these and actually I think I have one of these in my personal stash because I want to do something with them because I love little tiny things. I love little tiny train sets and models and teacups. And if you've ever watched on YouTube them cooking in those little tiny kitchens using little tiny, I love those.
Oh, that just drives me bad.
Oh, I love it.
But can you imagine how fun it would be to do like a little replica quilt of like one of the quilts we have here, and then just make them little tiny? It would be. I was totally looking up at the star.
Yeah.
Of our Iowa State star. I think that would be so much fun. You just miniaturize it. Anyway.
Okay.
So we've got.
We keep on going like down this rabbit hole. That's my new word, rabbit hole, rather than digress, because I use that word too much and it just got old and boring.
So now we're going to use rabbit hole until that's old. Then we'll go back to digress.
No, I don't like it. I don't know. It sounds harsh. Okay. So new stuff that we've gotten in. We haven't, and I cannot recall if I showed these to you guys last week because the whole debacle with the sound and stuff. So yeah. But we did get some new little roses in. Maybe I did show you. I'm going to show it to you anyways. So we got Friendship Hearts in. That uses 2 fat quarters, each of red, light red, and yellow. So that's a really great one with just a 2 3/4 background. So that one's a really, really cool one. So Friendship Hearts. Although I keep telling people the Friendship Star there, the yellow and white Friendship Star, to me that looks like a ninja star. So really it's like you're trying to kill somebody, like stabbing them in the heart. But,
maybe not a good idea for that one. Okay, so this one surprises me. It's called Friends. Honestly, it is.
You got to show them the back.
Okay.
It's 10 fabrics.
It's 10 fabrics, and It is literally a straight strip of each one of them, but you can be really crazy with your choices on this one, as shown by the front. So, I mean, you can make it solid, you can make it all busy, you could make it, some of your favorite fabrics where you have just large pieces of them and you don't want to cut them. This would be a good option. All of these are what? And it's not a fat quarter, but a quarter
yard. Yeah.
And it's 6.5 inches. Each one of these is 6.5 inches. So you'll see 6 inches of fabric. So you have a good swath where you can see that.
So, and that one I do like, because you know how sometimes you get like those bigger prints and you don't want to chop them up because you don't want to lose that print. So that would be an excellent one to use for that. Mm-hmm. Although it's awfully busy, so I would probably do like every other one, like a more neutral or solid or blender.
We've got lots of blenders to help you do that. I mean, choose some of your favorite ones, do some blenders that mix with 2 or 3 of them. And,
Speaking of blenders, can you show them some of those over there right now? Because that makes me want to show them, since we're talking about our little bundles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are making lemons out of lemonade, and we have decided to do some tonal kits. And actually, I should show you this side, because it's 3 half yards. So it's just, it's all cotton shot, and they're really cool when you put them together. So, I mean, this is a good something to go with busy fabric.
So greens.
We've got blues.
Aren't those beautiful?
I've got black, white, or black, gray, and gray. So that's another good one. A different tone of blue.
So basically, guys, we're just doing up these bundles and these like color wave kind of things, and they're so pretty together.
It's just nice.
And if you have no plans for them, at the very least,
we tried that. That didn't work.
That didn't work. We don't like that. We're not doing it that. But if at the very least, these would just look beautiful sitting on your shelves in your sewing
and organized, nice and folded.
Yeah, they're so pretty. Yeah. Okay, so the next one we got, Villa Rosa, is called Cider Mill. So some beautiful. I mean, this one on the front, sometimes their pictures or their samples aren't the best.
I actually like that one.
Yeah. So this uses 12 fat quarters. So actually, this right here, these
half-yard
cut bundles would work really well for that. So that one is called Cider Mill.
Oh, that one's mine. I guess we're talking about birthday cake. Okay, so this is actually, amazingly enough, very similar to the Friends that we just talked about. It's still a very straight line, but this time we have a lot of pieces going in there. So it's a pack of 42.5-inch strips with 2 strips each of 20 fabrics. So basically it's a jelly roll or whatever 2.5-inch strip thing you want. And then you just sew them in sets and go from there. So, I mean, it makes it quick and easy if you do it that way.
We like quick and easy, don't we?
Always a good thing.
Quick and easy.
Plus, you can combine these with choose a smaller print rather than the larger print.
Yes.
And that would go really well.
And I have to tell you that when you guys go into Iowa Falls, you're going to see a quilt that Jan did, and I cannot remember the name of it right now, but she did it all in not cotton shot, but from Benartex, their winter wool. And it's kind of similar to this as far as its layering, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, it is absolutely beautiful. When I was there Monday afternoon, we were creating kits, and they had 2 kits finished because we were waiting for more patterns to come in. And I sold a kit in 5 minutes of the gal looking at it, and she's like, "Oh, are those for sale?" I'm like, "Of course it's for sale. Everything's for sale." All right, so this one is called Locked In, and I don't know if that's a reference to COVID being locked in or not.
But it certainly could be. I mean, you could call one your COVID quilt.
Exactly, but I actually really, really, I'm going to put this up closer. I love this pattern. I think it is a really, really cool pattern. Again, color choices on here are interesting. But
that's not even bad. I mean, some of their crazy things that they've done.
And it takes 6 focus fabrics, a third of a yard each, a medium print that's a 1.25 yards, and then of course they always give you optional border, a light and dark fabrics. So this is what we would consider to be like yardage, but I really like this quilt.
It looks like a fun one.
Yeah.
So you could have some focus fabrics, or you could just have some very neutral.
Oops, sorry.
And you could do that one out of the cotton shot.
Yeah.
And just do the different colors and then do the other. I think that would be very fun.
The pearl cotton shot would be kind of cool
too. Yeah. And we will be taking that. We need to have those. We got that all set for
Those are
kits.
down there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, got that all set. So this one is Amen.
Amen, sister.
And so this is from a mini charm pack. So mini charm packs are like 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So much smaller. If you have a charm pack, you can always cut it in 4 for each piece.
I make 4 for 3 friends and yourself.
Exactly. Or family members or whatever. And this one, and it just has some solid. So if you could actually use this with panels if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because they've got 6 different panels. And that main panel, let's see here.
Your theme fabric, basically.
Theme fabric, yes, is 2.5 squares into a block, blah, 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 blah. Where is it? I'm not seeing it.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to see how big that piece is.
1
yard, so it wouldn't be more than 9 inches.
1 by 6.
What?
So 6.5, so it would be 1, 6.5, so it would be like a 7 by 8, roughly. Somewhere around there. Okay. We're going to call it 7 by 8.
So, anyway, so these pieces are...
Because they never tell you the finished size. They never tell you the finished size on the blocks. They just give you the dimensions, and then you got to figure it out.
You know what? This would have been good with that panel that we had for Christmas last year. I like that one, too. So, anyways, but we just got some new panels with some really neat blocks on them. So, we've got new options.
Yes, we do.
We see this for a lot of things.
Yes, we do. Is it this one?
That's one of them.
Okay.
But I was also thinking at the top of that lilac one, or that. I think there's 6.
I showed
There's 3 of them. There's 3 on the top.
It's the last one that I showed you guys last week, the teacup, and it's got like the flowers and whatnot that I didn't know what the other flower was. So,
but if you happen to get 2 panels, you could use the big panels for that, but you could use the little pieces for this.
That's true. That's true. All right, guys. So moving on, the last one we have from Villa Rosa is Ruby Road. It's another table runner. It takes a charm pack with good light and dark contrast, or 26 dark and 13 light 5-inch squares. So this is a great one that you could pull from your stash, and it's just a really cute quilt top. And it gives you some kind of round dimensions in there a little bit. So I'll flip it to the back so y'all can see that. And it's kind of almost like bow ties, but not. Yeah. Bow ties and hourglasses. But anyways, these are super, super cute. So you guys, quick question. How are we doing on sound? Are we still sounding echoey, or are we okay? Let me know, please. Okay. Another new pattern that we just got in, it's called Lent/Good Friday. And it's by Faith in Fabric, designed by Jen Frost. It has 3 sizes. You could do a 63 by 72, a 42 by 48, or a small 21 by 24. And it's just this really, really nice 3 crosses. And I just love the way that they did like the light to the dark.
Mm-hmm. The whole ombre effect.
Yes, it's called The Darkness Falls Over Golgotha. The hillside turns to a black ink. The 3 crosses on the hillside stand, each with a dying man. Despair reigns over the land, yet we know the story doesn't end there. The light, the hope, the moment of change is about to take place. So I did make that up. I read it. But it kind of sets the story for that. So this is a great project. It's using these really cool, it's almost like an Ohio square in there, and it's just really, really beautiful. So
the
that's
Ohio
new.
Star?
Yeah, Ohio Star Square, thank you. What else have we got new in?
Okay, well, we got lots of options here. This is like Eileen's new favorite thing.
These are so cool. So more of these dazzly things, the 5D beaded things. So we got these cute little Nomi leprechauns in.
That one is absolutely adorable. I think he's so fun.
So cute. Got that in. And then we got in the Starry Night Sunflower. I think that's going to be beautiful.
That one would be very cool too.
That would actually match your Snoopy one.
Put them right next to each other. Well, Snoopy still needs to come up here, but I know that Tori is super busy, so.
Then this one is called Button Jar Round Bead Kit. So
great for your sewing room.
Yes. Isn't that fabulous?
That is fun.
And then, last but not least, well, actually, we've got this. I want to show this one last because I think this one's close. So we got another journal in. So this one's called Purple Paisley. And that's how the journals come, you guys. And
this is...
That's the finished product.
Yeah, this is the actual finished. This is how it comes. So, I mean, you can see where things go, but then it tells you your actual numbers are on here. So you can actually see all these little dots are numbers, so you know what color bead to put in.
It's like paint by numbers, but simpler. in my opinion.
So it's actually very therapeutic, very relaxing.
Very relaxing.
I was amazed. Even when I did my little tiny cardinal.
Yeah, oh, I love that cardinal.
And I thought Eileen was nuts for getting all of this stuff. Not really. No, it's like crazy on her way to extremely smart.
So
it was good.
And here's my theory is we can't always be sewing. We need to have like a mouche-bouche, so in between things and still be crafty and still continue to be creative. So this is kind of that mouche-bouche in between your sewing projects that you still can be creative and create beautiful things. So this one I love. Look how big it is. It's huge.
This one is, you can have it between several things. You can take your time.
So cool. So think of it as a puzzle that's just kind of sitting on your table somewhere that you kind of just work on every now and then. Look at that tractor. Let's see. Can we get that on there? There we go. With hay. I thought this was so appropriate for this area. I just love this big old, it's not a John Deere, but it's a John Deere.
It's green. We can make it John Deere.
So I thought this was really cool. So when I saw this, it's 24 inches by 20 inches. So it is a big thing. And I would definitely, like, if there's a farmer in your family.
There might be, yes.
Which there is. This might be something kind of cool to create, and then we could put it in a picture frame for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We could have a lot of fun with that one. So depending on who gets there first.
Yeah.
So anyway, lots of fun things. And they are so extremely relaxing. You know what I'm talking about that.
Oh, well, okay. So these came in. Pat, I wanted to mention it. They came in just today. So we have our adjustable ring thimble with plate. And this is used.
So that goes like right here, right?
Yeah. So it kind of goes, I don't know if you can see. It just slides on your finger. And this part of it is more on your palm. So when you guys are doing like sashiko or sashiko, depending on, what part of the country you're in, I don't know how you say it. So when you're doing that, the end of your needle sits there. And so that way when you're doing your sashiko, it just kind of.
It helps to flow.
Yeah, it helps to flow.
And helps reduce the indentations and points into your hand.
Price of the lent pattern. It is $10. $10 for this pattern here. And then... Okay, Ginger says the echo's not bad now. Good. And then Monica says, save me a purple thing. She'll be up there Saturday to get it.
Okay.
Oh, speaking
Monica?
of Saturday, did we not talk about this weekend?
We haven't talked about any of that stuff. We missed that whole section. So I've been keeping an eye on it, but you just sort of jumped to the
Why do I even create these things when I don't even pay attention?
So we can go back and look at what we missed.
That's true. Okay, so this Saturday is this Sunday, Monday is Williamsburg, but we will be in Williamsburg on Saturday setting up. But we do have somebody here on Saturday, correct?
Yes, Cooper.
Oh, my son Cooper, who has not been here in a while. So if you guys come in, just be patient with him because it might take him a minute or two to click back in on that
Exactly.
one. So we'll be setting up Saturday afternoon, and Sunday and Monday is the show. It is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday. So come and visit us at Williamsburg.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And not only is this one of the nicest locations that we've ever done a show, because this is like a wedding venue. They have food. They have alcohol. You can make a day of it. There are 16 shops presented.
Be nice. It's not going to be freaking freezing.
And moving in, we're going to have great weather. We will want to get out on Monday, though. It may be a little bit cooler, but the temperature drops out on Tuesday. Okay. So we're missing that really cold temperature.
We're hitting the sweet spot for weather.
Yeah. We're going to have 53 degrees on Sunday. So, yeah.
And the reason why we're so excited is last year, it was like -1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, -30, I think was what it was when we were trying to move that stuff in.
It was so cold, you guys. It was so cold. And I believe our Miss Shelley, our Benetech rep, is going to be there too. I don't know if she'll be there all weekend or just setting up. So maybe you guys can catch a sneak peek of her and go, "Hey, Shelley," and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, what?"
And you're like, how do you know me?
How do you know me?
I don't. You're just famous, according to Steph and Eileen. Then the other thing that's going on that we didn't review is 1 week from tonight. 1 week from tonight, we even had them say that they'd be willing to bring us food, is the Lions Club Pancake Supper. So that is coming up next week. It's from 5 until 7 p.m.
It's pancake, guys.
It's free will offering, which is really nice. Sausage, fruit, all you can eat pancakes, and at the Legion. It's at the Legion, so it's just right over here.
Who doesn't love a good pancake feed, guys?
Yeah. So I gotta love that.
So tell me about the Lions. What is the Lions? What kinds of things do they do?
Well, a lot of people hear about Kiwanis, right? This is the same idea. One of their big things that they do is they get recycled glasses, and they will take them to other countries.
Okay.
And then they'll donate them to try and then when people like from Doctors Without Borders, or like my sister went down to, was it Haiti? I don't remember exactly where she went, but she had glasses and different things, and she would try to match the closest glasses that she had.
To the
patient. So all of a sudden these guys could see, and they hadn't seen in who knows how long.
Because the chances of them getting an exact prescription for the glasses that they need is probably not very favorable. So if they can get it close enough.
Right. They can get it close, then they can actually see it or see better than what they have.
So question, does her sister Christy is the optometrist here in Story City. So does she like take old glasses in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, she has.
Mm-hmm. So does she do that currently?
I believe she does.
Okay. So you guys, she is at Wolf Eye Clinic here in Story City. So if you have an old pair of glasses that you're no longer using, bring them on down. And then does she then take it to the Lions?
Yeah, she's part of the Lions.
Oh, there you go.
So yes, and my dad has been a part of the Lions for as long as I can remember.
So I mean, shoot, can we collect them here if they're not open? Because we've got longer hours than your sister.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why not. We could certainly do a part of that. So, yeah.
Bring us your old glasses, and we'll get them to Chrissy, and then she'll get them to the Lions, and then they'll go to people who really need them.
Yeah. And how many times, I don't know if you ever, we're getting close to that time where it's starting to be that spring break, spring cleaning kind of thing. Go through. I'm sure I have 4 or 5 pair. In fact, when I lost my glasses, I was digging through my old ones.
Did you guys, did we tell them the story of that?
We may have. In fact, these are the old ones.
Okay. So I have to tell you the story. So it was the last show we went to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the last show in November, and I don't remember, Clear Lake.
It was Hampton.
Was it Hampton?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't, no, it was before that. It was August. It was August.
That's right. It was August. Okay. So we're going to the show, and Steph went to go get breakfast, and she lost her glasses. Somewhere in between going to get breakfast and then getting to the venue, she lost her glasses. She searched the hotel room. She searched where she went and got her breakfast, asked the front desk, can you be on the lookout, blah, blah, blah. Searched my car because I was driving. She searched my car. Okay. So couldn't find him. She had to go to her sister, get a new pair.
I was without glasses for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And delay. Yeah.
So, a couple weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
It's been about a month now.
A month.
Well, maybe a little more.
I was picking up, or I forget, Kurt and I were doing something, and I went to go grab something between the passenger seat.
You dropped your phone.
Console. Oh, yeah, that's right. I dropped my phone. In between the console and the passenger seat. And lo and behold,
My
glasses.
So actually, it was funny because I had my appointment with Chrissy like the first week in February, and I think it was the week before that that you did it. So I took them both in and said, guess what?
And they weren't scratched up.
They weren't scratched up. They weren't anything. But these are actually new lenses now in my old glasses.
So I was going to say, I like those frames better than the other ones.
Glasses are now my old glasses, but my old glasses are now my new glasses. Anyway. The good news is I now have 2 pairs, so if anything happens, I'm covered. I actually took both of them with me to Costa Rica just in case.
And the moral of the story is, like always, when you lose something and you go buy another something,
it will appear.
It will appear. So,
and also, who else hates that in-between area between the seat and the console? It's like the dead area that goes in there. You
That's never usually like the crap that I put, like, I'll get to that later. Like,
I look down there and go, that's stuff that I need, but can I get to it? It's, Okay.
So, anyway. So Lions, Amy says Lions do a lot with helping people get medical stuff like walkers and wheelchairs as well.
Oh, okay.
So, very
But do not bring us your walkers and your wheelchairs.
Although, I do know how to bill Medicare for you if you do need me to do that, because that's what I did for a living for 10 years. Or 20, actually.
So anyway.
20 years. So again.
Come support the Lions Club next Thursday at their pancake supper.
Get tasty pancakes.
And we'll probably talk about it again if I can get them to deliver it here. So we'll have pancakes next week.
Ooh.
So if I can't bake,
So Marlis is on, and hello, Mr. Tony Jacobson. How are you tonight? Hope all is well. Okay, more. We've got more, and we're running out of time.
We gotta talk quickly.
Okay, so Steph was really super busy. Her flight got delayed, and so she decided to come in and finish up a couple quilts while the flight was delayed. So these are her beautiful quilts. Let's do this one first.
Okay, so
because this one is just...
I've been told last week you guys got to see this fabric. Well, this was one that I actually started. I loved this fabric when we chose it, and I did not want to let anybody else... This is the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to let anybody else do the quilt. I wanted to do the quilt.
She wanted to do the quilt.
It was dibs on my part. So... this was the quilt we did, and it's called the Fabulous Five, or Fantasy Five.
Fantasy Five.
Fantasy Five.
It sounds like a football team.
And this was the panel and all of the...
So that's the top part.
The thing that's funny is it's actually 7. I did Fantasy Five plus 2.
She modified it. So that's the top part. This is the bottom part. Look at us do that. Here, I'll stretch out more this way. Isn't that adorable?
There you go. Put it this way.
And these colors are so sweet.
I love this one. I don't know why. There are certain things that just sort of hit you, and you're like, that, I have to do something with that.
It speaks to you.
Yes.
That's one of the terms that our Miss Pat Minnick uses a lot. It doesn't speak to me, or it speaks to me. This speaks to both of us. We adore this. And we've cut it out for everybody. It's a 56 by 80 inch finished quilt, and we do have some modifications in here.
This makes it a much bigger quilt than what is on the card. It's actually much wider.
Fantasy 5. I love that. That does sound like a fantasy football team. The Fantasy 5.
Fantasy 5. So
yes,
that one's funny, and it's not difficult. No, it's pretty easy, and it's not.
It's like strips with picture frames in them.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Pretty easy. So if you're looking for something that's fairly quick and a good size, this is
it. Okay. This is our next one, and this one's got a lot of like power to it because it's so like bright and beautiful.
This is with the anthology duets and the cord color.
Wait, is there an upside?
Yeah, this is the upside.
Okay, here we go.
And
let's get
now
this
the original pattern for this is called Eye Candy, and it is square. I decided not to do square. I prefer rectangular quilts. So this is 7 by 9. And theirs is 8 by 8.
So look how beautiful. So she's got this beautiful sashing in the middle with this black. And then the sides, the borders is actually 3 different fabrics that are cut on, or sewed on the bias. Or not on the bias, but they're cut just like you would.
They're cut like you're doing binding.
Like you would do binding.
So if you get it closer, sometimes you can see some of the patterns in there. It's just, and what we did was, I cut a lot of these fussy cut from the Duets fabric. And then I used also a charm pack that was...
I have to show off the back. I have to show off her piecing because it's just... I just love the seams. Look how beautiful that is. So she did a fantastic... And can you guys believe 4 years ago she wasn't sewing at all?
Well, 4 years ago I was afraid of... Eileen said, oh, just go make these curtains. I looked at her, I'm like... How do you run the sewing machine? Turn it on? Can you turn it on for me? Can you start the fabric? I'll do it myself.
Now, I mean, look how beautiful this is. So that just goes to show you guys that if you're afraid of starting a project or sewing, just dive right in. If you don't do it perfect on the first time, you'll get better and better each time, and you enjoy yourself. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect. It just matters if you're enjoying it.
Yeah, really. And not everybody has to be in the fair or in contests where you're judged. And you may get to the point where you can do that kind of thing. But, yeah. So we have a kit for this one now, too.
With modifications.
And I did modification notes for both of them. Just because, well, sometimes you just got to change things.
Well, and you know, since we purchased Iowa Falls, we've learned a lot from the gals there, and that was one of the things that they always do is that if they modify any of their quilts, they make sure that they have those modifications included in any of their kits or available for anybody who wants to pick up some of these fabrics and create that. So, gosh, you know what? I think, Country Register. We want to mention our Country Register because we have something to eat. So let's just do that, and we'll skip everything else.
Well, also, Marty and me, I know you guys all know this because I contacted you, but we're not going to meet this week. We just decided we're going to wait. We'll meet the second Saturday like we normally do in March. So just
picking that up back in March.
For now. Yeah. We're just, plus it makes it a little bit easier as far as traveling.
Okay, that's enough of that. Steph made bars from the Country Register. I'm so excited because last time we didn't get to eat. So they are technically a couple weeks old.
They're 2 weeks old.
But
they were stored in the refrigerator very close to a freezer.
And I didn't want to do them last week because Steph wasn't here and she made them. And I love it when she talks about her food. But you guys, the Country Register, remember we're also doing the mystery quilt in the Country Register. Again, this little snowman is adorable. I think that we are almost out, if not out, at Iowa Falls at the Country Registers. We have a few left here. And again, Simply May's Boutique and Cafe carries these as well. So if you guys need some more, you can visit them, or maybe we can grab some from them as well. Yeah. Because I think we have like 3 or 4 left here.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot. Yeah. But you know, I'm telling you, this is actually a very fun mystery quilt. But part of it is just the not knowing how it's going to get put together. I'm really excited about getting that. I also need to get to work on that, but because all these other things happened, that's sort of where things are going.
So what are we eating tonight?
So tonight we have the 7-layer bars. So it is not what you think.
So it's not like a 7-layer salad or 7-layer dip.
No, and it's not like the 7-layer dessert where it involves whipping cream and all that kind of stuff. So this one has a cookie on the bottom. Then there's coconut and pecans and chocolate chips and butterscotch chips and M&Ms and sweetened condensed milk. And then you have the cookie layer. So they are really good, but they are super chocolatey. I would love to say I haven't had them.
They're super chocolatey?
But let's just face it. In the 2 weeks period, we had an entire thing. I ended up sending it home with Tori, or sending it to school with Tori. So, and they do tend to be a little messy. I think I may have put a little extra in of the chocolate chips and the butterscotch chips because I was just trying to finish the bag. I don't know that I would recommend that. It gets really top heavy. So don't put more in, or if you tend to want to cut back on chocolate, just maybe put a little bit less. So anyway.
All right, here we go. We're going to try these beauties. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you can see the layers.
That is so sweet.
But the little mini M&Ms on the top make it very pretty.
They do. So very good. I can taste a little bit of that coconut coming through. If it was me, I'd probably add more coconut just because I love coconut.
Depends on the person. I really can't taste the nuts so much. Dwayne said he didn't want to have any because of pecans. Change the nuts. Do whatever nuts that you want, or don't do nuts. I mean, this is one of
very versatile recipe.
Yeah. If you don't like it, if you want to add something else, maybe you want to add like heat bar pieces, or Butterfinger pieces, or, that kind of thing. You can do whatever you want here on the top.
So page 18 is where you're going to find this recipe. You can put whatever your favorite candies are. You can customize it to whatever holiday it is too. So whatever is like in season for candy, you can just throw that on the top. So you guys, that is pretty much it. I actually have a lot more that we could show you, but it is almost 7:20 and it's getting a little bit long. And we need to get ready for the show. So again, this weekend, Williamsburg, Sunday and Monday, we will be there along with Iowa Falls and 14 other shops. Again, Knowlton will be there. So if you've ever wanted to try out a long arm, that's a great time to go and just drive a long arm and see what you think. And plus, they're just a great group of girls that are there. So anyways,
fun to be.
Fun to be with. So,
but both of our stores will be open if you can't make the trip.
That's true.
Just want to go somewhere.
That is true. So Iowa Falls will be open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Monday. And It's So Tempting will be open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Monday. So, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with the best quilt shop owners here in Story City and Iowa Falls.
We'll see you next week. Yep. Same so time, same so place.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.